Hello world of YouTube and welcome to another episode of Viral's Movie Reviews, the show where I take a look at movies that you guys suggest, I go to the movies and see, or I feel like discussing. Today, I'm joined by some good old guest boys on the couch. We got Jon from ARTV, and we got Crash, the rock critic, the man, the myth, the legend. And today we're going to be talking about El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie, which came out this past weekend from filming this. I'm a pretty big Breaking Bad fan. I haven't really talked about it on the channel, but what are you guys' thoughts on Breaking Bad as a show?
I'm a big Breaking Bad fan.
Yeah, same. I am a huge Breaking Bad fan. I've watched it all the way through three times.
Yeah,
and
same here.
One of my favorite shows of all time. I know that's a very predictable answer to say, but it's also true because it's one of the greatest TV shows ever made.
It genuinely is.
It's a show that stepped above like your modern TV show as far as cinematography, writing, thematics.
Yes.
Really, Vince Gilligan just created this really interesting show. And I know that for a long time they talked about making a movie, and I'm just glad that they finally did because, I mean, on El Camino, they took that cinematic scope and I feel like they just elevated it to a bigger level.
The best thing about it for me immediately was that it fit right into the world.
Yes.
And this
absolutely.
idea existed, according to Vince Gilligan, back when they shot the finale to the show.
Really?
He already had the idea.
Okay.
So I'm so glad that it actually did happen.
I mean, it picks up like seconds after the end of the show.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just an exhilarating like beginning that just immediately cements you back into the feeling the show left you with. And I think that is magical.
And the fact that it could pick it up and it didn't feel forced or it didn't feel out of place or it didn't make sense. It made complete sense because I so deeply care about this character.
Yes.
You know, that I need to know what happens next to not only him, but everybody else in his world.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was the most worried about, again, because without going into too much spoiler territory, it does sort of center around an untied up end from the series, especially from the finale.
Yeah.
To me, there was something about that ambiguity I always liked.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, again, it allowed me to write my own scenario as to what could have possibly happened there and whatnot. So, again, you're kind of this film removes that ambiguity from that whole situation. But and again, if the idea hadn't have been solid, this would have been terrible because, like we said, it happens seconds after the finale of Breaking Bad, which was so good. It would suck if this was bad and it ruined like the whole.
It could have completely undermined everything that the tone that they had established and everything with the original series. But the good thing is that it was in the right hands.
Yes.
The right people were involved, and Vince Gilligan, of course, that mind versus Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman once again. And it was great. Honestly, I really enjoyed the film.
I wasn't surprised that Aaron Paul was great in it because, I mean, that's a role that he just took and made his own.
You said last night even that he grew with that role.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Like, crazy to see how young he started in that show.
Yeah.
And to see him just completely fit right into it again. And not even just him. I feel like everybody that's in this movie, they fit into their respective responsibilities like glue.
Yeah.
Right.
We get a decent amount of returning characters.
Some of which were very surprising. I don't think this is a spoiler to say that there are flashbacks in the film. And I guess the biggest issue that they had to work around with the movie is the fact that some of the characters had aged so much in real life that it was hard to put them back in these scenes that were supposed to be either flashbacks or else even current day. And they looked a little older. But the good news is that it hadn't been so long.
They didn't take like 20 years to make this movie.
Right. It was 6 years since the finale.
Give or take.
Yeah, and I think that the way that they framed some of the characters that may have aged a little worse worked in their favor.
The cinematography is always really unique, but here, the shots that they got, I thought some of them were incredible.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Well, one of my favorite shots was it's an outdoor shot. Yeah, you can tell that you're driving you can tell that it's a driving shot, but everything's kind of at a weird angle, and it shows a street sign.
Oh, yeah.
And the first time you see it, but it's at that weird angle, so it's like tilted.
Yes, it's like a crooked shot almost.
It's like a crooked shot, but you find out the reason that it's crooked is because Jesse is viewing it.
Yeah.
Because he's hiding in the
that
passenger
was so
seat.
creative.
And then we go back in a later shot, and he does the same thing. He drives by, and everything is straight again. And that was like, oh, yeah.
There were several really good, not that this didn't happen during the series, but I just love the continuation of the fact that there were these really good program shots that were so much thought went into into, and even transitioning between things. There was a driving shot that transitioned into something on a screen that was so good.
Exactly.
There's a lot of creative ways that this show does, and the show in general does, but this movie did a lot with transitional shots to bounce between flashbacks and the current day. That was seamless and really effective.
Yes, and there were at times where I almost questioned a little bit, is this a flashback? Which I liked. I almost liked the ambiguity there. So.
It wasn't to a lost degree.
No,
but no, it was very well executed.
One of the other things that I didn't know what to expect with this movie. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Because
I did not watch any trailers personally. I just did not want anything to be spoiled. I don't like watching too many trailers these days in general.
Same,
just because they give away so much.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I kept it loose. But no, my expectations were, well, I hope that this does justice to the character and to the series. But beyond that, I try not to think about it too much.
Yeah.
I was, like I said, I was anxious because, again, we're toying with the very fragile
Holy
ground.
Grail.
Holy ground.
A bit of a holy grail with where this movie's taking place. And
in that universe.
But but again, capable hands. It's in Vince Gilligan is writing and doing it. It's from an old idea from the series.
Yeah.
Right. Characters that we love and a universe that we love and care about.
If it was going to go right, this was probably the best way to get it right.
Without getting too... Because one of the things I liked about this movie was that it wasn't very action-centric.
No,
not at all.
You would expect maybe, given it takes place seconds after the show, there would probably be a lot of action to put this on.
It's a slow burn.
It's a slow burn of a movie.
Suspenseful.
Very.
It was so crazy suspenseful.
Yes, and when things do happen, holy shit, jaw drops.
Yes. Like,
such good sound design on a certain scene, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but a very big scene that's built up to, and then just everything that's going on, the sounds that you hear, I thought it was incredible the way it was laid out.
This is literally like the showcasing of everything that was great about the show in a nice movie. I feel like it really ends, and I don't need anything else now.
Right.
We
know this has kind of been wrapped up a little bit for us.
Yeah, this is a nice little linchpin. This is a nice little pin to stick everything in.
Now, if they do continue it again, then I'm going to say, okay, too much. You're giving us too much here.
Yeah, again, because that's the thing. Again, without spoiling too much. Yeah. This film ties up some loose ends.
Sure. Yes.
And it ties up pretty much every major loose end, I would say, that is still kind of hanging from the show. It doesn't tie up everything.
Right, but in a good way here, I think.
It does give us some of those biggest sort of, well, what happened here?
Yeah.
Some of those. I feel like there's nothing... if they were to make another movie, I don't feel like they would have anything to
right, especially with Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse.
Now, if there was something else in the universe, like, say, like Better Call Saul and other stuff, prequel, whatever they want to explore there, I like having characters in that universe, but to continue this story would feel forced.
It would feel very forced. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, again, with my biggest concerns, the people that did love how Breaking Bad ended, this will not spoil that for you.
No.
In fact, I think you might get even more enjoyment out of it.
Would you say that you did?
I'd say that I did.
Okay.
I honestly would say that I got even more sort of enjoyment and sort of closure.
Closure is a good term.
Closure is it's a great way to surmise this movie. It's almost like a big embrace of closure, because there's a lot of motifs and there's a lot of moments in this. Like, anytime they introduce a new character again, it feels like a very but it's nicely done.
It's not like a sitcom from the 80s where they walk in and everyone claps for a second.
It's just a nice moment. Everyone has a nice... Every character they bring back has a very nice
Jesse's friends were incredible. Skinny Pete and Badger in this film.
They were so good.
Yeah. Just to see that felt so good to me, because there were some loose ends there, for sure, with that relationship between them, and to see them being so kind to a friend in need. After
there was a line that one of Jesse's friends' characters says that just...
I know exactly what you're talking about. From Skinny Pete. Yes.
Destroyed.
A tear comes to the eye thinking about it. What he did for his friend in that situation.
It was.
And can we talk for just a second about the overall, just the breaking of a character? We see a broken person, and we get to learn so much about the time that Jesse had.
You
know,
we get to learn a lot about his experience throughout the last season of the show,
and it was hard to stomach. Some of the stuff that he was put through, both mentally, physically, emotionally. This was the breaking of a character, and we did witness that over the course of 5 seasons of Breaking Bad, but also here in the film as well.
It further cements Jesse's kind of anguish and his true sense of like just disdainment for the world almost by the end of it.
They did a great job at portraying that, and also again some of the things that were brought back, whether that be a mental flashback, something that he's almost envisioning, were done tastefully and in a way that they made sense. It's like I could understand why this character would go back to this at this moment. Something triggered that.
And what would bring him to a new, what would take him to a destination that you may not have even seen before in the show.
Do
you guys have any final thoughts on the film you want to kind of throw out there? Like any sort of...
I feel like we're all kind of on the same page here, which is surprising for a film that can be divisive. You know?
I would argue this film would be a little divisive.
Some people probably do not think it should exist. I honestly care enough about that character that I did want to know.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the same here. I was interested to see where they were going to take it. We've seen so many instances where that hasn't been handled right.
Trust me, I'm a Veronica Mars fan, and I know. I know.
Yeah.
And Arrested Development. Trust me, I'm well aware of things that do not go well when you bring them back for season 4 in both of these shows. Season 4, just don't bring it back 10 years later, 15 years later. Just don't.
So I know this sort of type of review is a little out of your guys' wheelhouse, but what would you, if you were to give it a rating out of your own general scales, what would you give it?
I can do it out of 10 because I rate on IMDb, I do out of 10s on there. I don't want to go first though.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'll do it out of 10 just because this is my first movie review and whatever.
Hey, popping that cherry.
I would say I feel comfortable giving this like a strong 8.
Okay,
like a strong, again, like, this isn't a movie we necessarily had to have. You don't need to watch this in addition to Breaking Bad to enjoy Breaking Bad, but it is, like, for those of us who want more, for those of us who want, for the people who are invested into the show and know what's coming up, then this is an absolute treat. Though, do not watch this if you haven't seen all of Breaking Bad.
Please watch Breaking Bad.
Watch all of the show
and don't
first.
just watch the 15-minute recap on YouTube. No. Watch the series.
Watch the whole series.
Is well worth
because you're not going to understand where the characters are.
There's a lot of stuff that makes no sense without proper context and stuff.
So. There's key episodes of the show that you have to see.
But for those of us in the know, for those of us that are fans, for that community, I'd say this is a lovely sort of denouement.
Kind of a must-watch, I would say, and I feel comfortable giving this a 9 out of 10 because really the only issue that I had were some pacing problems in a few places, and a little bit of too much ambiguity, like where are we right now type of mentality. But that was really it because I love the way it was shot. I love the cast so much, and everybody did such a good job at their role and getting back into that world. I'm easy to please with these things, but I'm also easy to offend if there is something done wrong, like the shows that I just brought up and things that are resurrected. So it wasn't, and it wasn't just done for the idea of nostalgia. We're nostalgic for Breaking Bad. Let's go back and revisit.
It doesn't feel like a cash grab.
And I will say the people that they do bring back, they use them sparingly.
Very sparingly. But it also feels so cathartic. Not only with that, but there's also several moments and things that happen and that Jesse accomplishes and does that you're just like, I needed that to happen.
It's a gratifying feeling whenever Jesse gets to succeed in the movie. Honestly, I'm kind of feeling in the same vein as John. I feel this is like a 9 out of 10. Like, what issues I have are pretty easily swept under the rug.
I mean,
I've been I was a lot more pleased with this than I thought I would be. Because again, I love Breaking Bad, and I think the show is an incredible piece of like television history, but this could have just shat the bed, and especially since it was a Netflix property. Not to trash on Netflix, but they've been really inconsistent with their film output,
and what they outsource and what they there doesn't seem to be any sort of testing process. They just put it out.
They just put it out there, and while there have been some shining films that come out of that, like Roma, you do also have like your Zac Efron, Ted Bundy movies. There's a lot of schlock on there, but this is certainly not one of those.
It's Vince Gilligan. Trust the man, the myth, and the process.
Yes, he understands the show, he understands this world, and I think that he knocked it out of the park.
I will say to some that think that the movie is pointless because the end seems so obvious, this film feels more about the journey to that end than the end itself. Yes, the end is gratifying to see, but the process in which Jesse takes to get there is such an enthralling watch, to me, at least, and to Jon and to Crash.
Yeah. So that's also that's our thoughts.
That's 3 guys on a casting couch. Another episode of that.
Yeah, talking about El Camino. If you've seen the movie, what did you think about it? Let me know. If there's a movie you would like for me to discuss in this segment, let me know as well. What are your thoughts on Breaking Bad? What are some of your favorite episodes? Let's get that spicy conversation going. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out these guys. I'm sure if you watch me, you're probably well aware of who they are. But watch their stuff. Go check out their channels. Go check out their socials. They're dope guys.
And we got other videos together coming as well.
We do.
Yeah,
So.
we filmed a slew of stuff.
Oh yeah.
While we've been here. But also, of course, if you like this, be sure to like it. If you like the music, gaming, and general nerdery that I bring, be sure to subscribe. Special thanks to the patrons. If you want to join their ranks, it's linked down there. I have been Valrak. Do you guys want to give your outros?
I'm Jon from ARTV.
And I'm Crash Thompson from the Rock Critic.
And you guys have good days, lives, and situations. And we'll see you another day.
Great.
No,